So when I get ready for a fight and the fight gets announced, the first thing on my mind is to get home safe to my 3 kids. Number 2 is win at all costs. And number 3 is nothing else matters.
It's Monday morning and Tony Bellew is working hard. He's been doing so since well before Christmas. When it comes to his heavyweight clash with Haye, he's taking nothing for granted.
By living by them 3 rules, it makes me prepare as best as I possibly can. It makes me push myself. I'm someone who works on determination and will and drive. I'm not somebody who works on a natural ability and talent. You know, if the truth be known, I'm naturally just a fat guy. But I can have a fight and you know, to be able to prepare yourself for the 12-round fight, you have to be able to push yourself, get to the gym, do what you've got to do, go home, rest, go back to the gym, go again. So it's not just a sport, it's a way of life.
Bellew's knockout victory over Younger Makabu at Goodison Park in May last year saw him become WBC World Cruiserweight Champion. A 3rd-round stoppage of American BJ Flores brought a successful defence in October. But the matchup with Haye is a step up both in weight and class.
I'm probably the most driven person I know. So when I started my career, I was probably picked to win a British title. That was probably the sky, that was probably the limit for me, you know, the ceiling. I always believed in myself I could be world champion at the correct weight, you know, taking the correct path. And it was all about the right fights at the right times, and it worked out in the end. You know, I've been there, seen it and done it. British, Commonwealth, European champion, WBC world champion, at the dream of all dreams location for me. So I've clocked the game. And now I'm trying to get the extra bonus levels. That's what I'm doing. And this fight against this tart is a bonus level.
To help him reach his peak, Bellew has once again enlisted the help of former Everton fitness coach Tony Bellew. It's his gym where Bellew is training on this chilly February morning, as he has been for the past 8 years.
I think the chairman got wind of the fact that he used to come into his fights dressed in all Everton regalia, to Z cars and that, so he invited him down to the training ground. And then he just said to me, look, he said, oh, I don't know if you'd care to help me. I'm looking for some advice in sort of strength and conditioning area. Would you be prepared to help out? Tony loved it because he was coming to Everton. He was training with the Everton players effectively where they train, and they got to know him. And some of the lads, to be fair, Tony Hibbert, Sylvan Distan, Tim Howard, Felly, they'd start boxing. They do a little bit of boxing training. Tony had sort of showed them what he'd done, and they were in awe of what he did, because they do like a minute on the pads and they were wiped out. And he would, how do you do that for 12 rounds? I
just lost the strength and conditioning coach I was working with. I was just moving gym, and I came across Dave. Thought, well, he's going to know what he's doing. You know, Premiership football clubs do not employ people who haven't got a clue what they're doing. So a little bits of spells where he's had to go missing in my career for like a fight or 2. But whenever I've had him for a full 12-week camp and he's there, hands-on, I'm always in the very, very best of shape. I've never been pushed as hard as anyone. He can push me to the limit, he really can.
If Bellew's preparations have been familiar and thorough, Haye's have come into question. The Londoner has spent much of 2017 in Miami and has even posted photographs of himself playing basketball on a £27 million yacht on social media.
He's not taking me seriously. He thinks it's a walk in the park. And I'll be honest, it could turn out to be a walk in the park, because if he catches me clean in them first 20 seconds, I'm going. But make no mistake about it, if I cop him in them first 20 seconds, he's going as well. So it could be egg on his face for him. I understand what I'm up against. I know how dangerous a fight this is. He doesn't. He does not take that into concept whatsoever, and I'm happy with that. This clown's going to be sorry he was on a yacht sipping a protein shake out of a cocktail glass. The proof is in the pudding, and I am a bit of a pudding, and we'll see on the night.
If you're in a football team, you know, you can hide for a bit, your teammates will look after you. In the boxing ring, there's no one there to help you. So there's no way to get to the top apart from working hard. And I just say, listen, just get on with it. You know, I'm a bit tired, I'm a bit this and that. I'll say, well, you know, if you miss a training session, you're not getting as fit as the guy who's standing opposite you in the ring. You know what I mean? And that guy's trying to knock your head off. And he understands that, so he just gets on with it.
To that end, how does Bellew envisage the fight panning out?
A part of me would love it to go past 5 rounds, because I know it goes past 5 rounds, this p***'s going to quit. I know he's going to quit. And then a part of me says, if it does go past 5 rounds, I'm going to have to endure some heavy shots and punishments and get off the floor probably. So I worry about that part. But then there's another part of me that says, if I just hit him clean with the same left hook I hit Makabu with, he's just going to go fast asleep. I hate losing. Everyone will tell you, I can't even let my 11-year-old son beat me on FIFA. If you can bear losing, then you are in the wrong sport if you're in boxing. You really are. So I have to win March the 4th. I have to win.
They dislike each other. They're both going in there to get the fight finished as quickly as possible, and they can both punch. So it's one of them. Tony's going in as the underdog, but if he catches Haye, Haye's gone, and vice versa.
If he is to record his 29th win in his 32nd bout, Bellew will need to call on the support of his avid army of fans. It's Haye's backyard, but the Toffees are heading to Tottenham on the same weekend. He's expecting the O2 to be turned blue.
The truth be known, he wanted February the 4th. I knew a certain team were going to be playing in London on March the 4th, and I assumed it was going to get moved to March the 5th because Tottenham were in the Europa League, and it was just clever planning ahead by me, to be honest. I'm pretty sure 90% of that of the Everton end away in that Tottenham game will be at the O2, or trying to get in, shall I say.
Now it's just about those final preparations and being ready to avoid the so-called haymaker when the first bell rings a week on Saturday.
So the Saturday before, he has an eyeballs out session, and then on the week of the fight he'll do a couple of sharp sessions where there's no real, it's more neurological, it's more his nervous system reactions, that kind of thing, but nothing really physiological, nothing that'll tire his muscles or anything like that. He'll do a couple of technical sessions with Dave Caldwell, and it's just about recharging his batteries, ready for the big fight.
Whatever happens, Bellew will be as prepared as he has ever been. He may have already sampled Hollywood and become a world champion at his favourite home, but beat Haye and global boxing stardom truly awaits.